Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm here, you're there. My name's Maggie, and welcome back to my channel. So I legit did just wake up. It's like 8:40ish a.m. Good morning, right? And we are gonna be doing my makeup as usual. I'm not sure why I started to do my makeup in videos. I actually really hate when people see me without makeup. And it's not because I hate my face, it's just it's kind of okay, if you grew up in the South, you would kind of understand like women always had makeup on. And then there's my mom who's just absolutely gorgeous without makeup. So and everyone was just like, you're so pretty, her power. Wish it were me, And it is me. I am pretty without makeup. I feel just underprepared sometimes, But we're not going to do any blue today. It's going to be just kind of normal and everything. So let's start with some skin prep. So I do start with arnica gel. It helps with puffiness and dark circles in your eyes. That's why you see I don't really have any because of the arnica, So thank you, sister, And it's one of the natural remedy things I'm not freaking allergic to. And Native Americans used it. And just has other healing properties. I actually burned myself on my curling iron yesterday, and it's just a little bump. I don't know if you can even see it, but if I didn't use this stuff, it would be much bigger. Probably would look like a hickey, and maybe that's what I should have wanted, because okay, here's guys. This video is probably gonna be all about boys. I'm sorry, but that is I like love. I like being in a relationship. Well, not being in a relationship, but I am in my 20s. Okay, I'm sorry. And it's not that it's not that I center my life around men. No. Okay. I like partnership. Okay. Heaven forbid, we talk about that. I've only been through this life once, guys. Okay, sorry. But okay, so I went over to Mikey's. Wow, that's his real name. Didn't even use the code name, guys. Oh. So anyway, went over to his place Tuesday, I think it was, right? Yeah, I went over to his place Tuesday. And kind of the usual routine. We went to a bar. We went to this brewery, and I got a cider. It was good. And then we come back, we watch an episode of The Rehearsal, and and then after that we're kind of we're making out, yada yada, get a little chiller, right? But mid make out he stops and he's like, I think we need to talk. And I was like, and I instantly I don't know what trauma this is. I don't know what response this is, but whenever someone says that to me, I'm always like, oh my god, I did something wrong, it's my fault. I just get instantly sad, and I could feel my face being start crying in a way, but he was just like, I like hanging out with you, and I think what we have right now is good, but I don't know if I can be in a serious relationship. I crash out way too often. I don't know what that means. And then I'm just trying to he's like, I don't want to meet your parents, and he's like, I'm not talking to anyone right now, but in the future, who knows? That made me, I was like, what is he saying right now? And then what else did he say? I'm trying to just I mean, these are all quotes, to be honest, but I genuinely was just okay, that's cool. And he's like, well, okay. He's like, what do you want? And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know what I want. But that's what I said too. I did just get out of a 4-year relationship, and I don't know what I want either. I'll be honest with you. But I was like, I like you. I like hanging out with you. Like, I think what we have going on is good, you know? And he's like, okay, so we're like kind of on the same page. I was like, yeah. But I'm not talking to anyone else, and I really don't plan on it. And he was like, okay. So we're kind of like exclusive in a way. I was like, kinda. I guess that part's up in the air. And he was like, okay. So, and like, I think I said this, but like we text, it's like we text like 3 to 4 times a day. Like, it's not often. But after that conversation, this is gonna piss me off. I need to get a new freaking ring light, I guess. But after that conversation, he's been like replying to me quickly. And I know this is like manipulative and like not the best, but I'm still replying like every hour or two. Unless like we're planning like a date or something, Cause okay, so after that conversation, he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna see you Wednesday because blah, 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 blah. Apparently Survivor's done or whatever. So I was like, okay, Wednesdays work for me. That's fine. We could switch to that, So he's replying to me quickly. And you guys all know my guy best friend. And like I bring him up often, and it's not because like I'm like trying to make him jealous or anything. I'm literally just like, that's someone who I talk to, and that's like we've always had interesting conversations. So I'm always just like, like, what's your, like, oh, I was talking to Connor about blah, 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 blah. What do you think about this? Like, that's how the conversation is. That's how it's brought up and everything. And like, he jokingly said like, okay, one of these days it's going to have to be me or him. Okay. But you don't want to, it's like, pause. But you don't want a serious relationship. And then one of my friends, she messaged me on Teams, and she sent like this meme, and it was like, no, don't cry, you're so sexy. And I took a picture and sent it to him. Oh my God, what did he say? He's like, I had to make sure this came from a woman. I was about to go crazy. And then like that was like Tuesday whenever we went on our date, and he brought it up, and he's like, I was about to lose it. And I was like, what do you mean you were about to lose it? Like, because if it was a guy, you would have been like, don't talk to him? Or like, what do you mean? And I wish I don't know why I like froze up, because I don't know. Because I mean, I guess at the time we didn't have like our talk yet or anything. And then I went to like this little part of Pittsburgh that like I've never been to before. And I was just like, oh my God, this area is so cute. Like, I really need to explore it more. And he was like, oh my gosh, we can definitely like go explore that area more. Wee! Like, wee! Okay, I sound like a dying pig. What do you mean we? What do you mean we? Like, we speaking French now? We? Like, I was just like, oh yeah, that'd be so cute. I love that. So, like, I think I think he just doesn't want the responsibility is what, like, I'm hearing, But, like, the thing is, like, having our friendship background, right? Having a background in friendship, and it's now being romantic and everything. Like, is it ever casual? Is it ever casual? Truly. I've been in casual relationships, and they've started sexual and have been just that. But whenever Okay, so let's talk about this story. So on Thursday, he went out to a bar with his friends, and it was around me, and I was like, LOL, you trying to come over afterwards, you know? I actually was gonna go to sleep early that day because I was doggone tired, but he's like, maybe so. Depends on what time I get out of here. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then he comes over at 11, and we talk for the entire time about, I'm watching Slushy Noobs. We talk about them. We talk about video games. We talk about his friends that he went to the bar with because, like, one of his friends was like, I'm trying to find a wife. And, like, so slay of him, honestly. And he was telling me about, like, his interactions. And then, like I said, this is 11 o'clock at night, right? So then, like, we switch to, and, like, we are, like, wrapped up in each other's arms. Like, it's so, and casual's not the word, but it's so just, like, comfortable to be with him, you know? And he, like, I don't know, just start yapping about everything. And then, like, I told him the story about how, like, my coworkers, like, one day I came in and they're like, have you ever slept with a guy who had Prince Albert? And I was like, no, I would not do that. And then, like, he was like, well, he's like, do you think there's different types of Prince Alberts? And I was like, dude, I don't know. That would freak me out. Like, I don't know. And I don't know how that would feel, you know, and everything. And he's like, maybe we should look up how that feels on Reddit. And I was like, okay. Like, sure, you know, like, I'm love to listen, you know. So we did, and then we end up, like, finding this one, like, Reddit user who was like his thread history was just crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's like whenever you click on the username and you could see, like, everything that they've had a question on, and, like, I just don't even know, dude. Like, and we were just laughing the whole entire time. Like I said, on my bed, cuddling, you know, like, and he smelled so good. He smelled so good. Okay. Like, I know I'm cooked for real. Oh, and that's, like, one of the things I said. He's like, during our conversation on Tuesday, he's like, you know, none of us have to get hurt if we're, like, you know, in communication and, like, talking about it and everything. And I was like, I think it's inevitable. And he's like, no, it doesn't have to be inevitable. I was like, okay, maybe not for you, but I already know, like, and it's not like I'm going to be disappointed in him. Like, he is open and communicative about, like, what he wants and everything. Kind of, guys, but he's like, his actions are different, dude, you know? Okay. So anyways, so, like, I mean, we are laughing the whole entire night, and it's just, like, so fun to be around him. And, like, it's then, like, 3 a.m., and he's like, what time do you have to go to work? And I was like, literally in, like, 4 hours. So he's like, well, I might as well just spend the night. I was like, oh, okay. And I think that's just crazy. I don't know, like, my ex, I don't know, he just was, like, never like that. And, like, I know you shouldn't compare, but that's, sorry, that's all a girl can do right now. It's, like, just compare, because that's all I really have experience in. He, like, would never spend the night unless it was, like, planned. Like, there was never an improv spending the night. Like, he always, like, I don't know, he really loved his family. And, like, I just feel like he was always just, like, ready to leave my presence, to be honest. Like, it's not like I don't think that he didn't like me or anything, but I don't think he liked me, you know? Like, I just never had a boy, like, I don't know what the word is, but just, like, spend the night. And it was so nice. And, like, he just held me the entire night. I might start crying, I don't know why. he just held me the entire night, and like I just felt loved and comforted. And like his family is going to Erie this weekend, and I was like, oh my god, I love Erie. And he was kind of hinting that like maybe we should go one weekend. I was like, don't fucking play with me, dude. Like, Erie is the way to my heart type of deal. You know, like, and then like, oh, I was telling him about how like my brother went on this like cross country road trip and everything, and he's like, why aren't we doing that? And he's like, because he has unlimited PTO, and I was like, I can take a week off, you know, I can make it swing, right? Like, I can work it out or whatever. And he's like, okay, why aren't we doing it? And I was like, for me, the funds, personally, he's like, yeah, honestly, unless we're trying to be cheapos about it, I think the funds would be a bit hard. I was like, yeah. So, but like, so he's saying he's thinking about the future, and it's like short-term future. I get that. It's not like he's saying like, oh, in 5 years, let's do this, you know, like it's not that, but like, I just don't know. And it's like, okay, if you were to ask me, I'd say yes, but like, is that what I want? I just don't know. Like, how do you figure it out? And it's like, you know, and you see those tweets where it's like, if you don't know, he's not the right person. And if you know, you know. And maybe it's because I do know and I don't want to like admit that. I don't want to be the first one to admit it, you know? Right? I just like, once again, is it ever casual? And because he's definitely not acting like it's casual, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's fun to watch him because it's like, because I'm like, is he gonna hurt himself? Because I am, like I said, he is like responding to me faster and all that jazz, but like I'm still keeping it casual, you know. I'm responding every 1 to 2 hours, making plans as needed, letting him make the plans, first of all, still letting him make the plans and everything. I'm trying to think like what else, you know, like I'm still like trying to treat it the same, you know. And it's not like if we were to start dating, like, oh, he'd be granted this privilege, you know. It's like, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know how not to treat someone. Like, I feel like I treat everyone the same. Like, everyone, because to me, the way I give love is who I am. That's my legacy, you know? And I don't want people to see the worst of that, you know? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think he just doesn't want the, like, responsibility of a relationship. Because it is kind of hard to, when you're always, like, worried about your family or something, and you're used to that, and then all of a sudden you add like another person into it. Like, it is hard for sure. So, and I don't think he's been in like a serious relationship. So I kind of get that he doesn't, I don't know. Guys, I just don't know. But that's where we are. And to be honest, like, I'm still having fun. It's just like, it's just, I just don't know. I just don't know. I think I have to say something first. And I have to be vulnerable. I think that's why I almost started crying too. Even like now, my voice is definitely like a little quaky because I'm being vulnerable. Because I hate it. I hate being vulnerable. It's just like, it's just scary because being vulnerable, you open up to like getting hurt, and I'm not really like, I can deal with it. Obviously I can deal with it, you know, like bitches cry, bad bitches cry all the time, right? But you know, sometimes I just don't like to. So I know I'm getting like watery eyed right now, but like, you know what I'm saying? So that's update on that. But here's the thing, I'm still happy. You know, I do think he finds me attractive. Um, he doesn't necessarily like say like, "Oh, you look pretty" or something, but like, it's the way, it's the way he looks at me whenever I'm like talking to other people, and I like look at him, and it's just like this admiring stare. It's like, oh my god. Um, and maybe it was a test all along to see like what I would say. So he was just like, but I don't know, guys. And I get jealous as a bitch, dude. I get so jealous. So, like, if he started talking to someone else, I'd be like, look, don't keep me around. Don't keep me around. Break my heart right now. Because, like, I'm not going to compete. I'm not going to get in the way either at the same time, you know? Like, if you want me to be your girl, I will be your girl. That type of deal, you know? I wish I was your girl. Y'all know that unreleased Lana Del Rey song? Banger, first of all. Oh, and it's rock. I had to find it on SoundCloud. They do have it on like YouTube, but and it's like, it's just heavy guitar. It sounds like it should be on Ultraviolence, to be honest. To be honest, it should be. But that literally, like, listening to it, I was like, yeah. Actually, I do want to be your girl, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have this conversation that week. But, oh, another thing, he's just like, okay, like, whenever you sleep over at my apartment, we're going to have to do blah, 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 blah. Because, like, oh, and we were talking about, like, ghost hunting and stuff like that. And, like, he's, like, pretty into it. And I was like, I like it, too. It's like, I'm scared of everything. He's like, me, too. So I was like, oh, my God. So, like, we were talking about, like, going on a ghost hunt. We were talking about like YouTubers to watch, you know, like I like him a lot. I fear that, you know, so it's like, okay, so he's planning like short-term things, you know, like he's not saying, and whenever he came over, like I said, he did go to the bar with his friends, but he was not drunk. Like he had, I think from just like the smell of him, like the beer that he had, I think he had maybe 4. And I think 4 beers is okay. I think that's equivalent to 2 cocktails. So, but yeah, he's like, okay, one of the times that you come over, we don't drink. And because he lives, like, his apartment used to be a hotel, so it's like haunted and stuff. And he's like, and then you tell me if you feel any sort of presence. And I was like, oh my god, you want me over again? You like me? So, but good news that since we've had this conversation, I get to do my favorite bit where, like, after like a heavy makeout session or something, I could be like, so what are we? I used to do that with like my ex all the time while we were like 2 years into dating, okay? Like, and then I think after 2 years I stopped. Because I don't know. After a certain time, you know, I'm the only one who finds it funny, right? That's one of my favorite bits. Another one of my favorite bits to do is like, okay, you sleep with someone, whatever. But then like the second or third time you sleep with them, you're just like, I've never done this before. It's like, I don't know. To me, I laugh. To me, I'm funny, you know. They probably think I'm annoying, which, like, fair, like, so slay. And that's why they're not here, because they don't freaking get it, dude, you know. So, oh my god, like, even when, like, first of all, we haven't slept together yet, so that's like another thing, which I think is kind of crazy. Just because I know he knows me and like how I was in college, so I'm just like, you saving yourself for marriage or what, dude? And he's not. We did talk about that because one of our mutual college friends, I didn't realize was like super religious and like never swore, and like I guess I should have put 2 and 2 together because I always saw him at church, but whatever. He's definitely not saving himself for marriage, but Where was I going with this, guys? I don't know. I just don't even know anymore. I'm looking out the window. Just like, is it ever casual? You know? So that's update on that. And yeah, like I said, like I think if you would to ask me, I'd be like, yeah. You know, because he's not like the first guy I've talked to since I've come out of this relationship, you know, like he's what, the third or fourth, fifth, maybe. So it's like, I know, dude, but like maybe he doesn't know. And then it just doesn't work. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, I literally just have to do my lashes and I'm literally done. So other things I'm doing today, oh my god, I made these cake pops. First of all, hire me. Okay, not gluten-free. I'm not going to tell you how I make them because it's a secret, but made those. And I'm also making cookies because for my best friend's sister's grad party today. I don't know what kind of degree. I don't think it's a bachelor's. I think it's like an associate's degree in some sort of computer or something or other. I truly don't know, but I'm so happy, you know, because she has been like doing things for like 4 years. And it's like, girl, what are you doing, you know? So I'm just happy that she is done with schooling, you know, on to find a job, right? Amen. But and then, excuse me, going to the estate sale as one does. I'm kind of looking for like a long glass casserole dish that I like, because I have one, but I broke the handle. So I want to, you know, see what else is out there. My God, this keeps going down. Sorry, everyone. I don't know, like, how... I feel like last time it was so fine, but now it's just like, no, not anymore. Okay, well, thanks for making it complicated. I'm trying to think of like what else he said. Because like I said, I feel like he just doesn't want the responsibility. And I don't think anything would change, you know, like how it is now. I think the only thing that would change is I would like to see him more than once a week, you know. I would love to have more whatever that word is, sleepovers, you know, like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that like, oh, I'm a chill girl, like, blah, 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 I don't know, maintenance. I'm not. I know that for sure. But, like, if you act right, then I act right. Like, that's as simple as that, you know? So, I don't know, more conversations to be had. Because if it is casual, okay, well, I'm going to treat him like a casual partner. And I don't know if he'll like that because it's me being like, you busy? You up at 10 o'clock at night? Is that how you want to be treated? You know? Like, okay, we can do that, you know? And I'm telling you, like, my manicurist, new nails, by the way. Dude, with the mini French, he popped off. Okay, first of all, Connor chose this color. Super cute. It's called Morning Glory. But, like, okay, I'm telling my manicure this, right? And he's like, okay, next time you guys go to the bar together, check out a guy and see what he does. Oh, okay, Toxic King. And then I knew he had a girlfriend, like manicurist, but he finally told me like how they met and everything. She was actually one of his clients. And she made the first move, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, yeah, like we knew that there was definitely, chemistry there, but like, it's something I would never do, but she was so bold, and I was like, hell yeah. And he's like, we're practically married, to be honest. And I was like, oh my god. That's so cute, So, I don't know. Like, I was just like, finally, you're telling me a little bit about your life, I'm just yapping about mine. Like, I mean, I told him about my ex. I told him about, when you're at the manicurist, you're just like, to me, that's my therapy. Unlicensed, and I'm getting a set out of it. Maybe that's such a good business venture, actually. Like, a licensed therapist who does nails. Maybe that's what I should do. Become a therapist and a nail tech. Okay. Well, actually, let's do... I'm also getting my lips on Friday. So I'm getting some injections. I think they have gotten smaller for sure. I'll show you before pictures. And once again, I'm sorry this is a long freaking video. But I hope you enjoyed me fully yapping. And like, guys, please let me know what you think about everything. Please let me know what you think, because I don't know what to think, And I'm trying to, and it's like, why do I want to rush into a relationship? Is because that's just what I'm used to. Is that what everyone else is doing, I'm just like, girl, just have fun, Just have fun. Because he's checking a lot of my boxes, So I'm just like, am I checking a lot of his boxes, type of deal? Because since he had a crush on me, I feel like there was this fantasy of me. And I feel like maybe I'm ruining that fantasy. And he's finding out the real me. And he's like, maybe this isn't it. Which is fine, dude. Like, I get it. I've been there before where I've had a crush on someone. And I, conquered the crush. And then I was like, oh, actually, you're really not it. So that was sunscreen. A little bit tinted, You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I was talking about before, but almost done. But I'm just getting like 0.5 injected in. Because I still want it to look natural. I just want to look like I put lip plumper on, Okay. I'm going to take this off. Probably need to put some dry shampoo in, but it's the look. All right. I'm going to go thrift shopping. Well, estate sale shopping. And hope you guys have a good day. Love who you want to love. And good night. Good morning. Good afternoon.